Well, hello there. This is this is awkward. Yeah, I'm doing Ratchet Clank again. So, last time, if you forgot, we were in the Kogor refinery as Clank. Yeah, we found the magnetic boots and the coordinates for planet Pokitaru. I actually made a new save file and just sort of like caught up with the series because I did have like 3 or 4 videos lined up that I then lost, so I couldn't just go back to the old save file because it would have been further along than the last episode in the series. Yeah, so recording for a minute. The audio balance is good, and I got the sync more or less right. Whether or not it is 100% right is, to be verified. So, yeah. Let's put on the magnetic boots, because now we're in Fort Krontos. That's the name, right? Fort Krontos. And we're gonna go ahead and continue with Fort Krontos. Why not? We know how this works. So I'm just making use of the suck cannon here, which is a little bit unusual for me. I actually may have done things in this playthrough that I didn't do. I know for a fact that I got some gold bolts while catching up with the save file that I didn't actually have in the original series. So my bad, everybody. Of course, I know that the only person who watches these videos is Michael Ottaviano, also known as Foxweeb, but also known as Memoria GH. So it's not like it really matters, but I do feel a little bit ashamed of myself for, failing so thoroughly to keep up a decent schedule. But it was very difficult making videos with my old setup, the old laptop, the old internet. It all caused me a lot of grief, and I've taken about 5 times to set 5 minutes. Sorry, not 5 times. 5 minutes setting up the audio for this next batch of videos, and if I got it right, then I can pretty much just complete the rest of the game in one evening and I'll be fine. So, we're in the walled city. Let's go ahead and grab our Devastator, which I may or may not have had. I don't actually remember. I watched some of the videos, but I can't tell you how awkward it is to watch, 2-year-old videos of myself playing a video game. Commentary was bad. I mean, it's not good now, but I like to think that I've become a little bit more articulate, a little bit more... I mean, I still don't really sound like I have any emotions, but I'm getting there, I think. More than I was at the time, for sure. So, these guys, they take 3 Devastator hits to take down the gun, and then another 2 to blow them up fully, so... 2... Oh shit. That's right, you cannot strafe in this first game. My bad. I'd like to not die here, because, well, I'd have to do the run back all over again. So let's just suck these guys up. 5 of them in total. There should be some nanotech around these parts. Luckily, even if I do die, I will at least have spun this bolt, so some progress has been made. Let's go ahead and go up on the wall. go through it and you can't knock it down. You know that you found the wall. The wall. No man on earth can make it fall. Sorry, I discovered that song quite recently, and I'm fond of it, I would say. So what have we got here? We've got a little bit of wall to explore, as they say in Yorkshire. And then we have probably one of the more annoying quests in the game, I think. And yeah, even though it's been at the very least 3 years since I've, you know, been past this area in Ratchet & Clank, I do remember it quite clearly. It is one of my favorite games of all time, of course. Well, not so much this one, but just the games in general. I'm gonna go ahead and hit this up, just in case I have to do it in order for it to actually trigger. Mom has returned. Dun dun. So you may hear some unwanted Italian in a few minutes. Not unwanted, I would say, but unwarranted, perhaps. Look who's back.
Hey, I know you two.
Look, the plumber's back.
Very funny.
What are you doing here, sir?
Maintenance. What else? I help fix this planet's useless air defenses.
Well, I think you'd better hurry up.
The turret works fine, you little yahoo. It's the locals. They haven't got the skilled manpower to use it.
I'm a pretty good shot.
You? No, I could lose my job.
Oh, come on. What's the sense of keeping up a turret if nobody's gonna use it? Besides, the Blarg chased you off the last planet. Why don't we pay him back?
Well, all right, go on if you want. Just don't break anything.
I believe this is secondary, so if it gets a little bit too annoying... Actually, I'm confident that it's secondary, so if it gets a little too annoying, I'm just gonna, you know, skip it. I mean, it's not useless, but... So yeah, so all you're doing is you're just taking out these ships. And they do shoot out those missiles, so you want to watch out for that. They get indicated on the map in white when they've been shut out, and then in red when they have target lockdown. So, you know, just keep doing what you're doing, really. I suppose there's a second part to this, because I remember dying a few times here, and, you know, so far this is pretty goddamn easy, so there must be more to come. This reminds me of one of the last missions in Jak 3, except that one was much better, just more polished overall. But then, you know, that's the third game in a completely different franchise, and I would argue that the third game in this franchise is more polished than the third game in the Jak franchise. Not that there's anything wrong with Jak. I was actually thinking that, you know, after I'm done with the 3 Ratchet and Clank games, because yes, I do hope to finish all 3 of them, then it would be nice to do Jak next. That game is good fun. Come on, then. Is it actually those planes in the background that are shooting out the rockets, or is it this thing? It looks like it would be that thing. But they come from so far away that it's hard to tell. No, it's definitely coming out of the gun on the front of this thing. There you go. Easy as hell, apparently.
Looks like he's good for something after all. Here, take this.
What is it?
It detects underground bolts. My grandfather designed it to suck up loose change on any planet in the galaxy. What a cheap old man he was. Well, see you around sometime.
Since you now own the metal detector, a bolt icon...
Yeah, I know how this works. So the metal detector... Well, that's all that it does. It points in the direction of somewhere and shoots up a bunch of bolts. By a bunch, I mean that was like 50. I suppose then you would want to explore any planet you got to using this exclusively, because you do get 50 bolts each time. But you know, the only real reason why you'd save up bolts in this game is to buy the Rhino, but doing that naturally takes so fucking long that, as explained way back when in January of 2015, believe it or not, I am just gonna use a glitch once I have the possibility of doing that. That'll get me the Rhino. Cool.
I got some great bargains for you today.
This would be cool though, the Visibomb gun. It's basically
that's a
a
nice one.
remote controlled gun. You shoot it out and then you aim it yourself. I believe that's the one anyway. I can't think of anything else that would fit the bill. It's only been about 10 minutes, so having completed Fort Krontos, and I have completed it, yes, I am just find the pilot's helmet. Yeah, that one later on. I am just gonna go ahead and go do Pokitaru. So it's a little bit of a long video that I'm doing here, which is good because that's what you would want for your epic comeback. You know, at least a solid 30 minutes, and it could be that I end up splitting into 2 parts. Because it is quite a long planet, and it's not the easiest of planets either, but yeah, as you can see, we've got a lot of stuff going on here. So, what's Pokitaru? Pokitaru is a resort, if you don't remember, which, you know, you justifiably may not remember because it's been so fucking long. And as I explained in the original batch of videos that I made, I do like to treat it as though you haven't, like, the viewer. Oh, see, I could get the glitch now, because that's one of the things you need, the decoy glove. But I won't do it now. I'll do it maybe in the next video. Right, decoy glove. It's pretty obvious what it does, and I actually do get some decent use out of it in this very area. Now, as I was explaining, in the original batch of videos, I said that I would treat the viewer as if he or she had never played a Ratchet Clank game, just in case, you know, on the off chance that anyone watching this, which is like, you know, 10 people to begin with, just in case one of those 10 people hasn't actually played Ratchet Clank, that way they won't be too lost. Alright, I suspect that... Oh, why do I say I suspect? I know exactly what I have to do here. It's going to be a Hydro Displacer here, and that's going to allow me, you know, the room I need to get to that Trespasser opportunity down there. Really good job, Idle Minds, by the way, for making sure that the air meter goes off screen when you're out of the water. That's just, you know, really good, really well done. I mean, just congratulations, really. What is that? Metal detector? Yep. Pilot's helmet. Just looking for the O2 mask, which you do get in this planet, because you saw in the ad that they give you a free O2 mask to explore the water. So we're just going to be using that to actually explore as Ratchet in the Orkson refinery. Right. Got 4 of them there. Yeah, fair enough. In that case, cock. Oh, I see what it is. In that case, this is gonna be... Yeah, cool. Alright. I'm assuming that, yeah, I know what I have to do now. I have to go fill up the thing again, which is gonna put enough water in this area to give me enough room to swim up on the other side. Cool. Of course, once you do get the O2 mask, it's lovely being able to swim around without risking drown. Yes, drowning without drowning. Yeah, I got there in the end. Yeah, this is one of the issues, as I said, in Mega Man X8 playthrough, of having English as a second language. Sometimes you just forget a word. But one of the advantages is that I get a huge amount of pussy. Like, you don't know how much of a magnet it is to be able to speak with this accent in Italy. Oh. Right. You do, metal detectors letting me know that there's stuff around here. So yeah, obviously you would want to explore everything possible in this area, in this game, using the metal detector for maximum metal. And I do like maximum metal. I'm sorry, bolts. I'm thinking Mega Man X8. Currency in this game is not metals, it's bolts. But bolts are made of metal anyway, so it kind of fits. But I also can't really be bothered to do that, to be honest with you. So, even though it's technically a sound strategy, I won't. Surprisingly, oh, never mind. I was gonna say surprisingly these yellow platforms do not fall off, but as it turns out, they do. They bend in a very unusual way, actually, to be honest with you. But obviously, oh, I see. It's a balance thing. You gotta stand in the middle if you wanna keep them straight, right? So obviously, it's a staple of any platformer to have the platform that disappears and falls off or crumbles to nothing when you stand on it. Pretty sure there's no real platform that doesn't make use of that. And Ratchet Clank, even though it's not much of a platformer, but it's no exception to the rule. Speaking of platformers, I'm stuck on the Dark World of the Cotton Alley in Super Meat Boy. I have everything else A+, which feels great. Okay, so with that one, that's the only spot that's available, right? It's the only spot where those things can hit two lasers at once. Well, it's that one as well, which gets quite comfortably rid of one of the... Stop it. One of the things, but that way... Okay, in that case... No, that's blocking the other ones. Shit! Right. That would get one of them. There you go. I'm sorry if they're confusing to look at, but I just kind of more or less fiddle around with them until I get something good. I don't really think about it too much. The trick for me is to get any laser that has, you know, any ring that has two lasers at once or more. Trick is to get that one first because it has, you know, nowhere near as many possibilities for where it can go. So as a result, once you have that in place, you have fewer things to worry about. Alright, let's go ahead and swim our way down here. I really wish that I had the necessary Clank upgrades to, you know, swim with a little more prowess, a little more speed. Because I, of course, do believe in speed. But unfortunately, actually, I do believe you get that along with the O2 mask. I know for a fact that you get some Clank upgrades at the end of this level. So that's all well and good. It's probably a good indicator that there's not much left in the game, which I also said, you know, near the end of my first batch of videos. And now look where we are, 2 fucking years later, and I still haven't done the whole thing. Right? Is there anything with 2 at once here? Yes. And I can either go there, or there, or there. So there's a total of 3 spots. And let's go ahead and assume that it's that one to start with. Oh, this one's a double as well. So it can't be that one then. Right, so we've got an inner one. Let's see, that one's not blocking anything, all the other ones are, so this one has to go there. So that one would then logically have to go there, but then that one's getting blocked, so then that means that should go there. Yes. There you go, I'm starting to think a little bit more about those. Look who we have here.
Hey, what are you doing here?
I'm searching for a very elusive and secret substance.
Raritanium?
Maybe?
The oceans on this planet are said to be an excellent source of that element.
Well, not anymore. All that toxic dumping has obscured any trace of it. You will find Raritanium for me.
No, I will not.
Piece of junk. My latest invention, the Persuader. I intended to use it to control minds, but well, the only thing it's got me so far is a discount from Gadgetron vendors.
Hey, I could use that.
Well, I'll trade it for some Raritanium.
I believe planet Hoven is a source of that element.
Right, fair enough. So once we get to planet Hoven, we're gonna find some of the Raritanium, which may actually require the use of a metal detector, to be fair. So there's one use for it, and then, you know, stuff is gonna be cheaper, which is useful, except for that in the sense that the Rhino is not something you get from a Gadgetron vendor, so the use there is kind of diminished as a result. Yeah, maxed out, not maxed out. And we're gonna be using this Pyrocyter a lot in this area because fuck this area.
Hey, you two are the first friendly faces I've seen in weeks. You are friendly, aren't you?
To you, yes. To him, no.
Well, friend, have I got a deal for you? Since the Blarg began dumping their toxic sludge into our ocean, the wildlife has,
Become ravenous mutants?
yeah, you could say that. All my customers either left or became lunch. So I'm closing the place down. However, I just so happen to have one, count 'em one, O2 mask left.
How much?
It's not for sale.
But you said...
I said I had a deal, and indeed I do. You
Ooh,
boys get rid of
listen
those
to that
Blarg
ringtone.
ships, and it's yours.
It's the home
Just
phone
escort
right
me to the
there.
other end of this resort,
Probably the
and you
worst
can use our
sounding
jet fighter.
home phone I've ever heard in my
Jet
life.
fighter, eh? Alright. But you better not try to stiff us.
Cool. Probably gonna end up dividing this into 2 parts actually, just because of time constraints. So I guess next time we're gonna be helping the resort owner get into his escape jet by clearing out the enemies along the path. More importantly, Ratchet and Clank is back. Woo!